you think would be great. Hopefully in that email it's got more information on, percentages and everything else. I would try and get it out. I tried sending it, but I don't know if it made it out. So if you guys haven't read it, then that means when I send it out, it didn't go out. But I was trying to do that for my phone. So grant money is out there, try and think of something that's going to get people out and about. Another thing is at each one of these little marriage time, over the last couple of months, we've been talking about an issue. One of the issues that we've been talking about and had the town hall about is from the council. You've had 2 weeks to mull it over in your head. Have you come up with an idea or a thought on which direction the city's going to go? What do we want to do on a trash issue? How do we want to look at it? And so it's, I'd like to hear your ideas. We listened to the public 2 weeks ago, so now's your time. Does anybody have anything?
I was unable to attend the town hall meeting or the council meeting that evening, so I will be reaching out to our local trash companies just to see what their speeches were. That was not videoed.
So, anybody else?
I also like the idea of
Okay. One company in town may solve one issue, but besides that issue, any other issues that you see that we may want to look at and try and tackle while we're doing, just the pickup side. We've got the pickup side, one issue, but what about the rest of the trash?
On the pickup issue, people mentioned moving the trash trucks out of the alley. We've had an ordinance since 2005 to do that.
Okay.
And I talked to Mr. Wheeler, and he said that he had damaged the mirror on his truck that day, I believe, trying to get down an alley. So I took it from that you wouldn't be upset if that was pushed forward.
Okay.
But I don't want to go to my customers and say, I'm going to make you take your trash out of the alley. I'd love for the council to do that so that I don't make customers angry. But I'd also like to quit replacing 2 mirrors a week.
Okay.
If you won't mind in the alley, on the street, I'll put it in the street.
Or 13 on your alley and 14 on the other alley.
I'm not the only one up there, I realize.
And there's a dog at the end of your alley.
I know, down on the south end.
I know litter is a big deal. What happened, I guess, years ago with the inmates would get out and pick up litter? Whatever happened with that? Is that not even feasible anymore?
Actually, it is. I spoke to Judge Spillman about that, and as far as having a trustee, or the trustees come out and do that, he's in favor of that. He does not have a problem with it at all. Our biggest issue is having someone out there with a supervision. Someone has to supervise that, and we haven't figured out a person that is capable of doing that on a week-in, week-out basis.
About hospital youth that gets in trouble or whatever. And, I know it's probably the same issue, but number one, it gets them out. Number two, it gets them down.
Agreed.
Very limited what you can do at your house.
Yeah, child labor law is something our parents do.
I know whenever I talked with Judge Spillman about the picking up was that he'd be more than happy, and it's one idea that I was talking about, or had thought it was like with our mow crew. If there was a responsible enough employee there that it's like, look, either you're picking it up, or you have community service workers pick it up before you mow. So do you want to spend the time picking up this area and then mowing, or do you want to, but that would put a lot more on our street part. So there's, again, there's 101 different situations out here, and we've got to come up with something. Yeah, it's, so,
The trash, I would like to see us lock in a price for year to year on the pickup. You know, you lock it in the first year and then revisit it. But I'd like to see the price be locked in at least from year to year. And then we had mentioned recycling. I think if we could work, the trash company or whoever got it could work with the cotton bowl, that would save a lot of the recycling problem, which is cardboard and plastic and paper. They need the work, and we need a place to take it instead of.
One of the issues they had about that yearly contract is that it would be very difficult to procure a loan based on a one-year contract.
Now, I don't want a one-year contract. I'd like to lock in the price of the charge
Okay,
for
so
a
maybe
year to
multi-year
year.
contract.
Yeah.
I can agree with that because, I mean, we own trucks, and the price of fuel goes up, it comes down, and you can't, it's hard to lock in a 3-year contract at X amount of dollars, and then fuel goes up $3 a gallon. You know, that's gonna be tough, I mean, on everyone. I mean, and I don't wanna see someone who lose a contract or go out of business over something like that either, because that's a very real possibility.
I think if we looked like they got a 3-year contract, if we looked at it every year.
I see. And everyone would know from year to year exactly what they were gonna have to pay each month. You know, I've gotta work extra hard to throw that extra $2 on my utility bill for the mosquito truck. Sorry, I could not.
okay.
What mosquito truck?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the time for the public to speak, but
Well, we're trying to, we're out and open to public.
I had mentioned during the town hall that an idea that I'd run by the council some time ago, where in addition to trash pickup, the bid would include the creation of a workforce hired by whatever company got the bid that became the litter patrol. That also, once the litter was cleaned up, would address properties at the behest of the city, whenever these guys wrote tickets. They'd report to us, we'd go clean up the property. What if instead of tying that to trash, we were talking about doing things that have never been done before. Why not just put a bid out and allow a company to bid on that specific task? Instead of associating it with trash, just put a bid out that says the city of Kennett is requesting bids for the development of a team of 8 to 10 people who will be responsible for litter and property maintenance in Kennett.
Commissioner Baker, can we legally do that?
I've got a thing on that. If we did do something like that, could it be that that company adheres the lien on the property instead of the city doing the lien on the property? I believe it does state in the code book that we can hire someone, and I believe it says that they can cure the lien.
Yes, you can do that the same way you used to get streets paid.
Yes.
You know,
I like that idea.
but, and I'll just have to look at it, if that would be something that would take a vote of the people. Because it would not be, if everybody was, everybody in town, so, or every meter was charged $5 a month for that particular service, that would be hard to, if it's a user charge, you don't need to go to the people, but that would not, I don't know if that would qualify as a user charge, because you aren't using that particular service. Each person isn't using that particular service.
Oh, I tell them every day if I have to trash my front yard.
But I mean, but it's not tied to the amount of use that you use. It'd be hard for it to come under the definition of a user charge. I mean, I'd look at it to see if we could, but otherwise we may have you know, do something like that, it might take a vote of the people to assess that charge. But, not to vote for the mosquito charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, people vote for things like that.
I mean, and this is a lot, I'm sorry, but this is a lot better service because it's 12 months a year,
Well,
not 4.
that's what I mean. I mean, just because it requires a vote of people doesn't mean it's not gonna happen.
That's true.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm getting calls left and right saying, no, we should be able to have a say-so in who we want to pick our trash up, what we want to pay for it, not a set amount. And I don't want to see other trash companies go out of business because you go with one. This is just the calls I'm getting. So I think it should, my personal opinion, whatever that matters, it should be up to the people, what they want to do, what they want to pay, who they want to use.
Well, and that can be set up that way where everybody keeps their, the city would, just possible, the city would be responsible for pickup. They can contract it out with private collectors. Every person chooses the collector they want to collect for them, or collect their trash, and the city would pay them. And you'd have to set it up where you could only change your mind once every 6 months or so. But people could still choose who they wanted, you know, what company they wanted to collect. They would still pay through the utilities, and the city would pay the company, would pay the trash collector. It would just be a different amount, depending on how many customers they had.
Well, wouldn't that-
That's just a, I don't know if I explained it real well, but that's just a possibility as to how it might work.